So I'm here with my wife, and we've been having a good time just leading up to this video, talking about the movie we watched yesterday. We watched. Oh, that's funny. I was gonna say Berserk. We ended up watching Ninja Scrolls, right? So it was a topic of one of my other videos, and we ended up watching it. I thought it was well. You know what? It's a classic to me. I'm gonna ask my wife, how does she? What do you think about the movie since we finally watched it after all this time?
Right. So the first time I watched the movie, I didn't quite know what was happening, and it was really intense. The second time I watched the movie, I had slightly more understanding about what was happening, and it was still super intense.
Right, man. It was intense. Like I wasn't expect. There was a right when we watched it. There was a pandemic going on in the
Right.
animated. I was like, what? I was like, I looked at. I looked at you. I was like, huh, that's kind of eerie. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I was
You
like,
wouldn't think you couldn't think anything else in that situation because people were leaving like the little villages because of and I was like, oh man.
it's kind of crazy. I feel like it's like the Simpson effect. Like as soon as a global pandemic hit, I be hearing and rewatching movies and TV, and they all be having a backdrop of a global pandemic, and it's just like
So
that.
you think that's just what's the word for it?
The Simpson
Subconscious,
effect.
like the subconscious, like
Yeah, the Simpsons be predicting a bunch of
yeah,
stuff
yeah
that
they do. I
Simpsons should do.
mean,
But whatever,
yeah,
whatever.
their stuff is
That's to
eerie,
be.
man. Their stuff is eerie too, but
But yeah, Ninja Scrolls, like it every time I thought, wow, that's kind of cliche. It just totally it went completely against my thought process. I was like, wow, okay, it's gonna go like this, and then nope, it didn't.
yeah, there
It
was
just kept on spinning me
yeah.
with the storyline. I was
I
like,
thought I had it
wow.
figured. I thought I was like settled in real early. I was like, all right, I know what this is about.
Right.
I was hearing one of the cats.
Yeah, they're totally howling in the hallway.
All right, so just let them sit out there. So yeah, I thought it was like I was when you first said cliche, I was like, how's it cliche? That was not
But
like,
it's not.
but it had some of the motifs and stuff
Right.
that those type of anime movies have, or just even that story with the warriors chasing
Right.
monsters and stuff
Right.
and
But
battling
yeah.
monsters in that type of setting and universe.
I just kept on being like,
But
wow.
yeah, as soon as
And then
that
I'd be in shock. And then I'd go, wow. And then I'd be in shock. So yeah, it was really good. It was a very good animated feature.
yeah, I agree.
And I had a really great time. But it was definitely, it gave me the same like afterthought intensity as when Ned Stark got his head chopped off. I
Yeah.
was just like blown away, right?
Game of Thrones reference.
Blown away
Yeah,
in a similar manner.
yeah, man. I agree. I agree with everything. Obviously, some of the same furniture was there. What I mean, as far as like what the backdrop was, and it had certain ingredients of okay, it has this element of surprise and you know mystique and action and
Mm-hmm.
like kind of like a horror element. You know, the action was heavy. Like
The fight
the
scene.
action was a lot more visceral than I remember it being. I knew it
Yes.
was visceral to some extent, but I was like, damn.
But it still surprised me. That
But it
final
was
fight
good
scene.
though. It was good. That didn't notch it down. That actually brought it up. It was like, okay, it's for real.
Yes.
Like this. I mean, like they're playing for keeps on here. Like I seen there was a our cat just walked in. There was one of the protagonists or the early protagonist ended up getting just torn to pieces. You know what I'm saying?
And we
And I
both
was
had
like,
to recall.
wait a minute, is he not the good? I mean, doesn't
Is
he
he not
like
the
save
main
the day?
character?
Then he doesn't, and then they go back to Jubei.
Yeah.
Jubei, yeah, Jubei
Yeah.
was
Who did you?
cold. Going on in that movie, man. It was a really great movie, and I forgot that there was that twist where she comes in again. She trying to jump on Come on. Come on.
She's a movie star.
Wait,
She wants to be on the big screen.
So then that whole dynamic with Jubei and the girl, and she can't.
What's her name? Kokoro?
I don't know. She can't make love to anyone because she would kill them.
Yeah, that was.
Because her body was like, she was, it said even earlier that she had a special ability where she was immune to toxins, but she was toxic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was crazy. I was like, damn, I forgot about that aspect because I remember there being like a love. I remember there being a love connection there that was kind of like a bittersweet thing. Because it's like, I know there's a woman and there's a man and they have like this. What are you doing? Mimi's trying to just bite my iPad pen. Bad stuff. But yeah, it was good. And then I like how he fought the different characters, and each character is kind of like a video game. They had their own abilities. There was a guy who had like the wasp nest on his back, and his back had like, these holes in it. I mean, like a honeycomb. His back was like and she's standing, get out of the way. You sit. And then he fought the guy whose skin could turn into hardened stone, like
he was
so
first.
sharp like blades. Like it was, like jagged rocks. It was crazy. That was a classic, man. It was a classic.
Yeah, all of the bad guys had particular, and women. There was bad women and bad guys. They all had really good abilities.
Get out of here.
She just wants to be on the big screen.
She does, but she
just wants the viewers to see her.